everyone, and welcome back to Allthemod 7. In the last episode, we did a bit of tweaking with quite a few of the machines here, mainly the reactor and the stuff that makes the fuel for the reactor, right? This fusion reactor. And it was going pretty well, but, there was just the... what's the wording I'm looking for? We spent too much time doing little fixes for each thing and going in like a loop, instead of just like making a mass solution. So for example, if we had not that much tritium, I should have just pumped out an insane amount of tritium to solve that issue, instead of just making it a little bit better. So that's currently what I'm thinking we try to do. One thing that we haven't done yet in this playthrough, at least, that I kind of want to do, is set up a big battery. Because one problem we're having here is that in between my visits to and from this dimension, the recipes, they're not working, and I'm still not entirely sure. I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but I'm not entirely sure. And there's also this issue where, yeah, this guy's turned off, which is a problem. So we're gonna have to turn him back on, which honestly should be as simple as just doing this. I'm pretty sure that lights him up. Oh no, I have to put a hole for him in there. Okay, well he'll start charging up. Ah, that's embarrassing, because that might take a while. But yeah, my point is, when this guy's not working, there's a simple solution. The simple solution is we fill up a big, and I mean big, battery. Okay, so what big batteries do we have? Well, there is a creative energy cube. This guy, however, although we can make him, he voids stuff. You put something in, he'll void it. It doesn't exist. It's not infinite storage, it's essentially just a trash can. Now you can, if you get your hands on a star, which obviously, kind of what we're working towards, you can turn this into an actual creative energy cube that's full of power. I've clicked for the usages, but we're currently frozen, so bear with me. Oh, here we go. Yeah, if you combine it with a star, it fills up, and then you have infinite power. So then your power issues are solved forever, right? So that's a thing. But at the moment, that doesn't really help us. We don't have a star. So what are we going to use? There are a few batteries, as you can see through here, quite a few different ones. What I'm going to do, though, is I want to use the mechanism ones, because hey, listen. If we're going to complete the trifecta, we'll complete the trifecta. I mean, it's not really a trifecta, but you get the idea. We're going to do a mechanism one. They are called induction matrices, I think, or something like that. So there's an induction casing you need, which is pretty standard for these builds, so casing. Then there's ports, and then there's providers. And there's cells. There's a few different things. So I believe we want a port. Obviously, this allows us to put energy in and take energy out. Now, how much energy can we put in and out? Well, that's where the provider comes into play. This guy here, if we go for the ultimate one, each of these that we put inside of this battery will give us 52 million forge energy output rate. So obviously, if we put like 100 of these in there, we can do 500, we can do 5 billion, I think. Yeah. Regardless, we can do a lot. That's the point I'm trying to make. And that's how much you can input and output at once. The actual storage is reliant on this guy here, the induction cell. And as you can see, one of these apparently does 1 trillion, because I'm pretty sure there's the MFE, then there's the GFE, as you can see here, and then it goes to TFE. So I'm imagining it's like, tetra or whatever. Doesn't matter. All that matters is it's a big number, okay? That's all we need to know. So, let's make that stuff. Now, I'm pretty sure we can. I imagine it's all just recipes that we've already got automated, and we just need to create these other extra little bits. So we should be good. So I'll grab all these patterns. I imagine it's going to be a walk in the park, because even like the steel that I imagine we need for this stuff, yeah, the steel, we currently do have 10,000 steel allegedly in our system, right? Let's just double check real quick. Steel? Yeah, we've got 10,000, so I think we're good, right? I think we're good. Now, there will be a pickle here, which is, sorry, wrong thing, but in here, where I do have to make a recipe for every single one of these. Although, to be fair, it looks like there's only like 4 tiers. Yeah, I think it's just the 4 traditional mechanism tiers, you know what I mean? Now, these also need lithium. I believe we have lithium. Yeah, we've got 77,000, so we're good on the lithium department. And as you can see, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. There's no like hidden surprises. Mechanism is usually pretty standard in how it works, and I appreciate it for that. There's no like, oh, now by the way, you need to go farm like 50 gas. You know what I mean? They don't really do that randomly. It'll usually be like a process. So we can chuck all this stuff in, and now we can order the stuff. Awesome. So we'll go back in the other. We might as well chuck it here. Everything else is in here. We might as well. Now, where are we going to slap this bad boy? Obviously, we've got the reactor there. We've got this guy here. I'm sort of thinking this spot is kind of nice. I like the idea of it. So what we might do is I'll try and figure out a spot for this. Now, basically, we're making a big rectangle. That's the gist here. So I'll see if I can hollow out a little bit of a frame of where I'm thinking we build this, and then we'll use like a destruction gadget to hollow out the rest of it. Okay. I looked it up because I was like, how big do we have to make this? Apparently, 18 by 18. Now, do we have a tape measure in here? We do not, sadly. Which means I'm gonna have to figure out this a little bit differently. What is the best way to do it? I think, yeah, 18 by 18's, wait, 18 by 18's bigger than this. It's probably not gonna fit here. Okay, yeah. Fair enough. What we might do, I reckon we can still put it here, but what I'll do is we'll like have it be in the ground quite a bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll count the rest. Alright, so this is 18 wide. So as you can see, pretty big. It goes up into that corner too. Obviously, it was getting rid of a bunch of the sand here. I'll probably build a lot of this sand back because I only want it to be this much out of the ground, I guess. So I'll meet you guys back. Oh, actually, wait. 1, 2, 3. Yep, I'll count the rest of these as well. Alright, I believe this is the depth at which it will go as well. Quite a lot. Quite a lot to say the least. Obviously, we want it to be roughly up at this height here in terms of the ceiling. So we'll have to put a bunch of sand on top of it once it's built. But in terms of the rest of this, I think we can do some excavating. So, actually, I'll probably count down from here as well. We're most likely going to be using our trusty destruction gadget. Keep in mind, this guy voids blocks. Completely gets rid of them. If I accidentally click it in that direction, it will rip my reactor in half. It'll destroy my base for the most part. And it'll be horrific. Be extremely careful if you're going to use this. 1, 2... Okay, so I've dug down. And as you can see, this is how I've got it currently set up. It's going in a straight line. If you shift and right-click, do this looking away from your base and arguably away from your base, just in case you accidentally misclick or your shift button stops working. Now, the range you can do is 17 in one direction, but the rest of the direction's like 16, like as you can see here. Oh, actually, no, we can go 17. So we can get most of it. So I'm going to do a depth of 16, the height of 16, and a height of 16, right? So it's going to be a 17 by 17 by 16. If we want to, we can lower some of these just to make it, I guess, I don't know, make more sense and be a perfect square. So I'm going to do that. As we can see here, it will be doing it in a crazy shape. I'm not sure if it's easy to tell. So as long as we're facing the front of the block, it is going to rip apart this entire spot over here. And hopefully not our SPS. I don't think it will, even if we misclick this. So I'm going to look at this block. I'm going to hope that everything works, and I'm going to right-click. It's going to lag because it is destroying an insane amount of blocks. There'll also be some sand. You got to watch out for that as well. And as you can see, that saved us, arguably, a really good amount of time. So yeah, all we need to do now is destroy all of this. And I think we can achieve that with the destruction gadget too, if we're careful about this. So we'll remove the right. We'll set the up to be max. We'll select it again. So now if I come down here, I should be able to click this. And as you can see, it gets rid of most of that as well. And it does go... Is that one block too far? I'm not sure. We've probably got to count again. It shouldn't be, right? Because this is one block and then 17 in that direction. That should be perfect. So I think we actually need to get rid of this as well. And I'm gonna bet on it. So I'm just gonna do it right off the gate. So there we go. So I believe this is, obviously aside from this stuff up here, which is almost disconnected. If it was disconnected, I'd just, what do you call it? Shapeless thingy it up. Let's go, hold on. Let's go small tunnel. Here we go. But it's not, you know, it's not the hardest thing to do. We can just do this, do that, do this. And then these are all disconnected. Which means I can go to shapeless and I can just dig these up. And that makes it a little bit easier. Alrighty, so I'm pretty sure this is it. I will do another little count as I come through with the actual induction casings, but I think we're going to have a pretty big battery here. Really big battery. So, first things first are the induction casings. Now to do this, what would be the simplest way to at least get close to the math? It would be like 18 times 18 times roughly 6, I think. So if we do that, 18 times 18, so one side of this would be 324, and then if we times that by 6, we'll have a little bit extra, but it's not the end of the world. We're gonna need essentially like 1,944. So we'll do that, and we'll see how close off we were, because obviously like each face doesn't have the exact same amount of blocks because like the corners are shared. You know what I mean? So realistically, what you would do, you take away 18. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna try. I like math. I honestly do like math, so I'm gonna mess around with this for a little bit. All right, I think I did it. We'll find out. We'll find out. So I think roughly this is how much we need. I might be off by an 18, so we'll see. I'm gonna order that. We have all the stuff. It's gonna have to craft a lot of infused alloy. Shouldn't be as bad as it might seem because we did recently upgrade how we do our infusing. This stuff should be processing at least faster than it previously was, which is always good to see. So we've got this stuff coming in. We'll grab it out to begin with. We'll put our destruction gadget away so we don't accidentally ruin everything. Building gadget we have on us, obviously induction casings, and we'll get started. Should be pretty straightforward. By the way, in regards to sharing the copy paste like templates with you guys, how do I do that? Like, what do I do? Because I did like they call it, what is it? It's like paste bin. I put that in there and I put them in the comments of I think one of the big turbine videos or something. And then I checked it back there the other day and like they removed my code from the website, from the paste bin thing. So I don't know where I'm meant to put that. I could probably do it in our Discord. So I guess, I don't know, if you want to ask me and I'll chuck it in there. I guess really, if I really put the effort in, I could probably put it on like the Reddit. There's like a Direwolf 9x9 Reddit where he puts all the blueprints, and there's also a create one. And to be honest, I think they are lacking in a lot of these big builds that everyone needs to make, but for some reason we just don't have schematics for them, which is very odd. So we'll see what happens. Realistically, you'd probably do it in creative mode. I think that would just make a lot more sense. Alright, so the way this guy works is that there's no windows. You don't put any windows on it. Sadly, you can't get to look inside at the crazy electricity going on, which means it's literally just big walls of this stuff. Now, some of the walls, or not the walls, but some of the bits on the walls are going to be ports, obviously. We'll probably put all those at the top, or maybe around the side there. But to begin with, I just want to make all the frames, including the floor, which I should probably do properly. Make sure we get the entire thing. Is that good, or have I missed a bit? Almost missed a bit. I think we'll be good now. So yeah, I'm gonna continue doing this, obviously, and then we've got to try. Now listen, I should be ordering this already. We need to fill this guy, and listen, that's where it gets a little bit crazy. I think I've been told that the inside of this is a 16 by 16 by 16, which means you would do 16 times 16 times 16. So inside of this is 4,000 stuff, I think, if I've done this correctly. 4,000 stuff inside. So what we could do is we could fill it up with mainly storage, or we could fill it up with mainly providers, or we could do 50-50, or I'm not sure. What that would mean is that we would have this times 52. We would have like 106 billion, I think. Yeah. So we could have 106 billion million. No, sorry, 106 billion transfer rate. That's, I'll be honest, that's kind of overkill. We kind of don't need that. So yeah, I don't know. On the flip side though, we would have 3,000 trillion storage, which is also overkill, doing half-half. So I think we just do that. I think we do half and half, which sounds ridiculous, but I think we just do it, and I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna be ridiculous, because it is, what's the number again? Sorry, I keep forgetting what the number is. Oh god, I'm doing everything wrong. Okay, so, it's going to be 2,048 of these, which, we don't have the stuff for it. It's so unfathomably expensive. Oh my god, this is such an overkill. Okay, hold on. Can we just do like at least one level? Like, can I do 256 of these? How much is that? We don't have enough. Okay. Listen. Listen, we jumped the gun a little bit on this one. I'll admit it. Let's get 10 of these. Oh my god, it uses so much stuff. Oh my god. We'll do it. I'm gonna order 10 of those, and then for these, are these cheaper or are they just as expensive? They're kind of just as expensive, you know? We'll get 10 of those as well. We'll see how that goes. I am gonna finish building the frame because the frame is quite easy to build. This is definitely... Alright, listen. It's fine. It's worth it. It's worth it. I'm enjoying this. So it's gonna be my little. I'm doing it for me. Did we make the perfect amount? Survey says no. Oh wait, no. We still need to do the roof. So we actually might have. I'm not too sure. How long do you think this stuff's gonna take to craft as well? Let's cancel the steel. I don't think that's gonna actually cancel it, but let's cancel it. So that this stuff can actually craft, right? Because this should have precedence at least. Also, we're very close to the finishing bit. And I think we definitely overshot a little bit. Because I'm pretty sure we built this perfectly. Yeah, hey look, it turns on. It has no energy capacity. It's got no output potential. But it exists. Did I make the... Oh, you know what I didn't do? Oh god. I didn't count it properly when I placed it. I might have done this... Oh god, give me a second. Oh my god. It's the wrong size. Because that right there is 15. Where it should be 16. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. One second. Did I ruin all the sides? Boom. No, okay, so okay, it's fine there. It just needs to be a little bit, longer. Okay. Listen, it's not the end of the world. I just need to rip out, this wall here. And make everything a little bit bigger. Alright, so the question is now, did I do the right math? Boom. We have 28 extra. And it's built. Ah, okay. Well, unlucky. I believe we're good now. I'm pretty sure it's max, yeah. 18 by 18 by 18. Wonderful. In terms of everything else that we are currently crafting, we are waiting. We are waiting. Now, in regards to that, I do want to have a quick look at the machines to see if we can speed things up a bit. Because at the moment, I'll be honest, they're pretty fast. I think it's fast enough. Now, if we wanted to... I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. We could set up multiple infusing factories. The problem is it's tricky to do because you need to split up every ingredient, right? You need to be splitting up everything. Now, alternatively, we can have different infusers for each ingredient, and that's been suggested to me a few times, and I'll be honest, it's good. It's a great idea. To be honest, the only reason we haven't done that is just because it's work. Honestly, it's work. But I think at this point in the pack, it is well worth it because we're doing nothing otherwise. Like we're just sitting here waiting. So we'll tear up all this stuff. We'll get some crafters ready, and we'll do it. We'll do it. Why not? Why shouldn't we? So let's go here. Where's the diamond crafters? Like there's netherite crafters too. It's just I'll be honest, they're all pretty overkill. Like obviously it puts the stuff in farm. I don't know. I rarely see a use case outside of like the actual raw crafting recipes, right? So yeah. Now what I might do is we can go in here and I might just make the recipes for these because otherwise, I don't know, I'm going to be like doing a lot of work. Like even though we have the tiers automated, I still have to go and right click all the machines and I'd rather just have it. You know what I mean? I'd rather just skip all that nonsense, if you will. So we'll chuck that in there. Infusers, obviously we would like the ultimate ones. How many do we actually need? We've placed 5 crafters up there. In terms of the ingredients, there's more than 5, I guess, but 5 main ones like this, and the refined stuff. And then I guess steel can be down there or something. I'm not sure. All I know is that 5 is a good number, so we'll do it. So we'll order that. What I will probably have to do is cancel this and cancel this and cancel this, just so that we can actually get these machines made. So we'll let this happen, hopefully. Now, another thing we'll need to do is grab our configuration card, and we will copy this, just to make it a little bit easier. Now, one thing we did do is I believe this guy, yeah, he's using like a laser node so that he can get the right ingredients in the right spots and stuff. I'm wondering if we can just ignore that. Like, I don't know if we need to, is I guess the point I'm getting at. Like, we probably need to, but I don't know if we need to, right? How long is this going to take, by the way? This is awful. Alright, I've sped him up with time in a bottle. So at least, I don't know, hopefully it'll get done at some point this year. Okay, at least one's built. We can start experimenting with one of them. Awesome. So I'm going to slap this guy here. Brilliant. Obviously, we'll need the cables attached as well. These are always finicky. I'll be honest, with applied energistics, it's such an easy thing to do. Like, it's so easy to set these up. It is tempting to make that move, to be honest. So what we want is the back of this guy to be an input. And we'll make the bottom be an output. Yeah, sure. So that should be good. Back input, bottom output, auto eject, doesn't really matter. In the infuse types, I guess, yeah, we can also have that input at the back as well. I don't know if this used to exist. I don't know if you used to be able to do an infuse type config. So the fact that it's letting me do that is good. We'll give that a shot, I guess. But I don't believe you used to be able to. So the first thing we'll do, it's an easy recipe. We'll put these alloys in here. Chuck them in there. Obviously, make sure that we give this guy some power to work with. Slap that on the front. He'll need speed upgrades and all that. But more importantly, does this work? Alloy. What are they called? Infused alloys. So I'm going to order them. They should... Huh. They went into this guy. How does that work? Currently it says machine doesn't accept item. This guy here, set to input from behind, isn't working. We've also got the infused types inputting from behind. I'm wondering if that's the issue, is that we have them both coming in from behind. Because if you look at this, there is another thing. There is yellow, which is extra, which is what goes in this slot, which is the infused type. So how else are you meant to put the infused type in here? Can you just put like raw pre-infused type? Like, you know what I mean? Like already infused stuff? I'm not sure. What we can do though, is we can set this to be input output, and I think that used to work. I guess not though. So this was the issue that we were having down there. We need to have it go into a buffer in order to get the items in here, which I don't know about you, but that just, I mean, that seems pretty dumb. So how do we want to do it? I'll be honest, the laser setup that we have is pretty good because the laser allows us to touch one side, but it'll input on multiple. Alternatively, we'll need to bump the crafter backwards, which I think is the solution. I mean, neither of these are good. I'll be honest. I'm not happy that we seemingly have to do this. I'm still under the assumption that I'm just doing it wrong a little bit. But the problem is I don't know how I'm doing it wrong. You know what I mean? So what we'll probably do is have this guy go into like a chest or something. So what's the best way to do that? Do I place this here and place this here? Place that. Oh god. Oh my god. Okay. What I was trying to say was, do we put, that upgrade in there, or that recipe, then we have it go into a chest, like so, and then we just have it pipe up and in, and then I just make sure that it's disconnected from all the other sides. I have a feeling like that is the case in terms of what we're meant to do. Not happy about it though. This guy obviously will set him to receive extras from the top, and we'll have this guy just be a normal basic input, and that should do the trick. This, as silly as it might seem, should work. We can give that a shot. Oh, sorry if you can hear that. There is apparently the world's fastest car driving down the highway. Maybe. I'm stunned, to be honest. I've never heard a car that loud in our area. Sure. Anyhow, we'll start that up. Did this work? Yeah, it did. Okay, so we've got the items in there. Obviously, we'll do auto sort, and we'll obviously need to put some, different upgrades in there. But the main thing is it works. That's obviously what we're hoping for here. So chuck that in. That's looking pretty good. The item output hasn't happened yet because obviously we need to put an importer at the bottom. We'll do a creative one. Why not? And that should take care of things. Yep, everything's empty. Awesome. So I'm going to do that for all of these because it's what we got to do. And I'll be back. Alrighty, they are all slapped down, which is awesome. With the configuration card as well, we can grab this guy and copy them all to be identical. I think we did it. I'll double check just in case I missed one. There we go. So everything's pretty much set up. We still need to put in all the recipes, obviously all the pipe upgrades as well. Yeah, and then, in theory, we just pick which ones go where. I'm going to grab all of these. We might leave steel down there. So then, we can chuck in maybe this guy, then maybe this guy, then maybe that, and then maybe this. And these should work. I might have to cancel. Oh no, the steel can keep crafting down there. Yeah, this can essentially just be a steel one. So now here's the next part of this. The next part of this pickle. We're going to grab out... What is that? Gold dust into a hole from. Okay, yeah, sure. But I'm just trying to think here. Enriched iron, carbon, steel dust. I think I take both of these out. and I'm going to try to put these to be crafting a stack. So for example, it's what? 8 times 8 is a stack. So I think if we make these to be a stack and make this to be 8, this should work. And we're going to do that same thing for all of them, because we're only going to be crafting the same thing in these, which means we can get away with doing this. So we'll set these up. I know we did these just in the last episode, and once again, we did a small thing in the last episode when we should have just done this. We should have solved the problem outright. So hopefully we'll start making these changes and it'll pay off. Hopefully in the short term and in the long term, it should be pretty good. All right, so for example, when we order these, I would like you to be crafting a stack at a time. Well, I guess the other thing, actually, I'll be honest, we don't need to do this because these crafters won't be set on a timer. Like, they won't be waiting until the recipe's done. They're just going to just non-stop process. That's what we want here. So I think we're actually good to leave them as they were. Like with the current recipes we've got, at least up here. I'm not sure how we ended up setting it up down there, but this should be fine. And I'll prove it to you in a second. Let me just finish setting these up. All right, so these are all powered. You know what? I forgot the upgrades. Okay, these are all upgraded now. If we go mechanism, induction, we can click on these. We can order 10 and click start, and we should hopefully see not only them light up, but then put in a lot more than our recipes allowed them to. So as you can see, these guys have, obviously this guy has way more than one stack in there. So it appears to be going well. They're going to be crafting as fast as they can. As you can see, for some of these, they're still not necessarily fast enough. In order to make these fast enough, we can do something else, now that I'm thinking about it. Realistically, if this guy's always processing iron, then we can make a few of these that always have redstone in them, always full. And then that'll be perfectly fine. That is clearly an option. It's kind of a good option. The small issue we run into is how we actually physically set it up here in terms of like the input and stuff. I'm just trying to think. Is it worth doing? I mean, I feel like it is because this is taking so long. But then again, it's like I could, because this is also on the table. I can connect him there, and then if I time in a bottle this guy, it sort of just solves the same issue. You know what I mean? It's a short-term solution. I'll give you that. But it is a solution nonetheless. So this is a full 256 speed. This guy is producing more than you can probably fathom. If we click here, look at this number. Look at this number of how much we're making. So, I mean, I can do that whenever we need to craft these. But, yeah, I'm sort of going against what I literally said I would do. Where I was like, oh, we'll fix the problem outright. What do we do? Because I kind of want to do it, but I also, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. Oh, we're actually doing the crafting recipes now, which, might I add, little bit confused as to why it's even taking this slow, because do we not have them in here? In this, like, oh, you know what? We have these end bits, but we don't have the energy tablets. That's currently what's holding us back. You know what? Let me hunt them down. All right, energy tablet. Let's go ahead and solve this problem. Chuck that guy in there. Open this guy up. Yeah, I guess everything's already crafted. Well, anyway, we've got this stuff. Let's go get started. Listen. I'm excited to see what this does for our system in terms of, I guess, everything. We still need to do that whole from stuff, but I think it's fine. So we'll come down here and we'll start filling this guy up. So there we go. Awesome. Induction cells. Now the other stuff is obviously still crafting. To be fair, we're pretty close. This stuff will craft in, I imagine, no time. Yeah, okay, so that stuff's done. Beautiful. And just for the sake of future-proofing, in case we do fill this guy up, these guys will go at the top. There we go. That's, oh, there we go. So we've got 10 of each. It's very small, but I think the payoff is massive. We'll grab an induction casing, cover him up. He lights up, he's good to go. And if we open him up, he now has a capacity of 16 trillion, which is ridiculous. And his output rate is 500, so 500 million that he can transfer at once. So that's already more than we're using at all, which is really good. So what we need now are the ports. So we're going to go here, induction port. How many do we want? Realistically, an input and an output. Pretty simple. We'll just chuck some flux gates on them and all that sort of stuff, and that should be fine. There we go. They're done. Let's obviously get our flux stuff. That is our weapon of choice. Flux point, and we will need a flux plug. We obviously got to send the power somewhere. What's this? The flux block. Can we do that? Yeah, awesome. Alright, so we have everything here. So to begin with, we'll place one here, and we'll place one. Where's the equivalent? Is it there? Is that the equivalent? I think it is. So I'll have you there and you there. One of you will be an output. So let's make sure we have you on configure mode. You'll be output. You're, I think, already input. Yep, input. So we will have the output goes into the plug. The input goes into the point. And so what we'll have to do here is we'll need a new network. And this will be power gen, right? So power gen, and we can make this guy orange, I guess. And we'll set him to just be private. There we go. So the orange one is going to be the power gen. So we'll have this guy bypass limit. And then this guy is just going to be the normal Ustreams network. So what we have all of our machines attached to, he'll also be disabled limit. Now, the way this works is if I come over here to our reactor here, for example, we can now set this guy to go to the power gen. We can do the exact same for this guy. So instead of putting it into our network, we'll put it into the power gen. And now we've got that little bit of a buffer system, right, in the middle. Obviously, the ender gates are sort of doing their own thing, but that's fine. That should be perfectly fine. So all we need to do now is actually start the reactor up. So how are we going to do this? I need the Holcrum, this guy here. I don't know if our auto crafting works. I guess we're about to find out if it actually does work. It kind of looks like it doesn't because it didn't do it yet. So I guess we might... Oh, no, it did. Oh, awesome. I really didn't think it would. Beautiful. So this guy, we need to give him some stuff. So it's possible this works. Can I fill you up like that? Left click to store. Oh, yeah, it's working. Look. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know you could do this. So we just filled him up in our inventory. Oh, that's awesome. I really didn't know that you could do that. That saves a lot of time. Then we chuck him in there. Awesome. Is this guy filled up yet? He's not, because these guys are honestly pretty slow in what they do. And I guess we don't have power for them. Fair point. Fair point. This guy is doing nothing. Good. This guy storing nothing. I guess also good. Nothing is currently working at all. Makes sense. What we can do is we can order some fissile fuel. It still is a technology that we have. We'll grab this fissile fuel recipe. We'll chuck him in here. Get him up and running. And now if I order some polonium, I believe it will actually craft the available nuclear waste into polonium. That's a bit of a problem. Can I create nuclear waste using not honeycombs? Is this a... Do we have the technology? Problem is we have all of these hooked up with the honeycombs. So, if I wanted to do this, it's not easy. What do I need to do? How do I do this? How do I prioritize this guy? What if I set him to be 100? Does that then... I think this works. I'm pretty sure... from memory, this is how this works. So now I can go nuclear waste, order 10 buckets. No, and it still doesn't really care. Okay, this worked. I lowered the priority on one of those other machines, and this appears to be working. So, if I click start, everything should get up and running. And in the perfect world, yeah, this starts up. That's going to create a little bit of steam, which, as you can see, gets this flowing. That creates, honestly, a crazy amount of power that we can see coming in and going. And then, realistically, we need it all over here. So what I should do is we should definitely increase this priority to be like 100. I want this guy to be filled up no matter what. Same with this guy. 100. Awesome. So, we'll also, yeah, the limit's disabled there. This guy needs like 500,000 at least, which means, realistically, we need to order a lot more of what we just ordered. So, bear with me for this one. Let's order 1,000 buckets. We have all the stuff. It can do it. Let's order that. So, this guy's going to be running. He's going to be making steam. The power is obviously trying to go here, but it's full. I'm going to be timing and bottling this as much as I can. 256 it's currently doing. It's pulling 520,000 RF. This guy's going to fill up in no time. He only needs 500 million FE, so we're good as long as we're still generating fuel. I guess this guy's not really struggling, right? So I think realistically, I could also just time and bottle this guy. Yeah, cool. This guy's gonna fill up twice as fast. You love to see it. In fact, yeah, we're pretty much there. The second we get this guy started up, we'll be good. Once we have the battery buffer as well, we'll be like really good. Like I'm telling you, this battery is an insane investment in terms of this entire system that we have running here. 500 million, that is enough. I will just push it a little bit further. It does use up a lot of our time. We're down to 18. That's not too good. Let's see. Did that work? It did. We've ignited. He's now generating. In terms of fuel, we're actually out. Oh, almost out. Oh yeah, we're actually... That's clearly the problem. Let's lower this to like 15 so that he's good. We clearly need this stuff coming in at a faster rate. That is dangerously low. That's probably why it turned off. We've got maximum acceleration cards, which is a problem. Because in order to get the stuff in here, that means... well, it means we've kind of got to do it a different way. We need to have the storage over here and pipe in from it. So I think what I need... Oh, this is really messy, to be honest. I think we can do it. What I should do... Obviously, we're making crazy amount of power. Let's lower this to 1. 2. Did it just turn off? God damn it! It turned off. Oh my god, it's fine. I think we've got enough of a buffer. Let's get this guy up to like that. That should fill it up, right? Nah, might as well go the whole way. Alright, he'll fill up. Awesome. We need to... Look, hey, while it's offline, let's go fix this problem. I think the solution is we grab these tanks, both of these completely filled to the brim, and we entangle those and put them next to the system over here. So, I believe we can place them directly on it, and that's probably the real play. So what I'll do is I'll disable you, and you, and you. We'll take out that stuff. We'll go entangle block, 2 of them. This will be a little bit finicky as well in terms of which side outputs, but I think we can figure this out. So let's slap him down there. Currently, the other problem is he's full, so we won't actually know if this is working, but... alternatively... Oh, you know what? I think I know the better solution. I think what we do is we switch these around, right? So we put these where the other ones are. Oh god, I've lost my mouse. It's gone. Okay, we're good. We're back. Remain calm. My mouse died. So I think I pick up both of these. We place down. Oh, we place down you and you. I think that, yeah, I mean, he's linked to himself at the moment. That one's obviously going to be the tritium one, I believe. So we'll get our tritium, which is this guy here. We'll place him down like so. And I'm going to have him gases output at the back. Auto output. What we will do as well is we will have him input from every other side. And that should be good. And we're going to do the same here, and we're going to hope that works. So we'll place you down. You will output at the back. And you'll be inputting from every single other side. I guess what I could do is I could input output. Yeah, that actually makes a lot more sense. Let's do input output on every side. And so then we know for sure that we're outputting on the side that we need to, and inputting on the side that we need to too. This should work perfectly. So, that guy's hooked up. He should now have, I imagine, infinite fuel coming in. I imagine he can pull infinitely, hopefully. This guy has enough power. There is no hole for him in there, so lucky I didn't push that button just there, but we're getting there. We do have an extra Hultrum. Grab that. We'll fly over here. My mouse is... Oh, God. Bear with me. So, grab you. Grab some DT fuel. Yep. Fill it up. I swear it holds like 10 millibuckets or something. It holds 10 of whatever it is. Chuck him in here. The burn rate is currently 2. That should be fine. That should work. There's no reason it shouldn't. We'll ignite it. It's on. In terms of the fuel, filled to the brim. Not even a dent. Not even wiggling. If we come down here, these guys, wiggling. Wiggling. Okay? What I need to do is I need to grab one. So I believe I grabbed the tritium. And I need to place him here. And what we should see in the top left is the tritium being filled up now. That should no longer be a problem. We will also do the same for this guy. And we should be good. Should be, being the keyword there. So we'll place this guy down. As you can see, he too looks like... actually, he looks like he's struggling a little bit more. A little bit more, but... No, now he's full. Now he's full. It took them a little bit for the... for these guys to catch up. But they did. And now both of these are pretty much filled to the brim. The deuterium's struggling a little bit more than this guy is, to be honest. But I guess that's to be expected a little bit. So, as you can see, these guys... He lowers a little bit, but then he fills right back up to that 99999. Let's see. One more time. Just for good measure. Survey says, yeah, he's filled. Awesome. And this guy obviously is just filled to the brim. So now we can push this further. We can go back here. We can put it back to that 30 we were doing the other day. These don't move at all. They don't even wiggle. What we see here, perfectly. Sitting there perfectly. This guy here, he drains a little bit faster. But he does go right back up to that 92 million. We can keep an eye on him to make sure he doesn't go that low, but I think we're good. And then obviously the steam as this guy heats up goes in here. Crazy production happening. All of which is coming through here. We got like 4 million happening at the moment. And if we come over here, this guy is kind of empty. Now he's kind of empty because this guy's running. And this guy's getting the maximum amount that he can possibly get. Listen, everything is working perfectly. Everything's working wonderfully. This guy, yeah, wonderful. Yeah, everything should genuinely be working perfectly. Awesome. Cool. So, what does this mean for us? Nothing really. It means when this guy turns off, when we don't have polonium going into him, how much do we currently have going in? I mean, let's cancel that as well. I'm guessing it's this recipe here. If we cancel this, as we've done, can't store contents, polonium. We have some extra polonium lying around, do we? We have plutonium, we have nuclear waste, we have 2 nuclear waste storages. Let me go craft another thing. I'll be honest, I don't know where we were making those radioactive things. They need an energy. I think it's called a matter condenser, and I don't know where it is. Yeah, I had not a clue. I don't know where we were making that stuff. I thought it was around here, but allegedly not. Anyhow, matter condenser. Yeah, we've got it somewhere because I don't have it on me, which means that it's somewhere. It's currently somewhere, but that's fine. We'll grab that. We'll grab a sink. We'll grab a... You know what? I think I can just attach it onto, like, this sink, for example. I think that'll work. So we'll slap him here. Oh, no, not there. Sorry. Place this guy. Open him up. We want to set this guy to... Is it singularity? Hold on. What do I need here? What are we doing? Radioactive. We want this guy, which needs an inscriber of singularity. Yeah, okay. So we don't need this. Sorry. I do apologize for whatever I'm doing. We can just grab this stuff out. Grab you. Let's go ahead and order one of you. That'll probably take a little while. And then we just need a radioactive waste barrel. That's an easy solution. And then we just put in an inscriber. And I imagine we've got one of those sitting out here. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, that other thing's built, whatever that was. So, yep, storage component. We're going to open him up. Chuck in the storage component. Chuck in this guy. He's going to craft. We can put acceleration cards in there. Sure, why not? Boom, boom. Radioactive storage component. We're going to craft this little cell out of it. That should hopefully be reasonably quick. Yep, there we go. Place this guy. Obviously, we want to partition him. We're going to say, hey, you can hold polonium. It's your lucky day. Polonium guy. And then we'll chuck that in there. And then we should have the polonium stored. Wonderful. Everything's great. So now, what's currently happening is this guy is just filling up. He's just filling up. He's just filling up as much as he can. All the stuff he needs. And then what we'll be able to see is this guy able to craft very, very quickly. So if we try to order this again and click start, the amount that this is making currently is like, yeah, it's burning through the polonium. And then eventually, you know, we hit the wall where we've ran out of our buffer. But the point is that buffer is going to last a lot longer, like a lot longer. What we can also do, how long has this episode been? It is nearing the wrap-up point. I mean, we can just push it further. Well, hold on. One issue we had before that I noticed was this guy was filling up quite a lot the other day. And I mean, the heat's still going up. Like, we're not yet at that max heat for this guy. Where is it? Maybe, I mean, it's close. It's slowly going up, I guess. Yeah, fair enough. What we probably should do, though, is try 40. Oh, I thought I just typed 400. I almost cried. I'll be honest. I almost bawled my eyes out. Alright, so this is obviously going to heat up a lot more, which is awesome. The steam should be going in here a lot more, and we should just get crazy amounts of power happening. I kind of want to just push it further. Obviously, I am still worried about these values, but they're holding strong, to be honest. Let's do 50. Alright, we're at 15 million. Listen. Everything's still holding strong. The new worry I have is for the steam capacity of here, but we're looking pretty good. I'll be honest, we're looking pretty good. I reckon, I kind of want to just type like 100. I just want to. Oh, it doesn't, oh, we can't do 100. Okay, I could do 99. 99. Oh, 98, I guess. There it is. There it is. 98 is going in. 98 per tick. This guy is running. He's keeping up. This guy's obviously keeping up. This guy hopefully will keep up. We're producing over 20 mil. 21. Just for reference. 22. That's how fast this is going up right now. All of it is spewing through here. All of it is going in here. Burning this guy through. We're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. The funny part to me about all this is genuinely the fact that we made this giant battery. And there's like 2 things in it. Awesome. Awesome. In terms of the rate, yeah, we've got plenty of transfer rate. We're not even close to denting it. Okay. This thing's going crazy in there. I'm trying to think, like, I thought we could go a lot higher. Like, the fact that we can't do 100 is baffling, to say the least. And, yeah. So we just maxed out. Is that it? We're maxed out. We need to make another reactor if we want to push this further. I mean, I guess the steam is still going up. We're currently at 33. And it's still rising. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it does a crazy amount. I am also curious. Do let me know. Because I'll be honest, I don't think anyone knows. I don't know if I've seen a single... Maybe Polly's done it before, but setting up the sodium to cool the reactor. It seems like such an out-of-the-way thing to do that maybe it is worth it. We'll think about doing it. We'll think about doing it because obviously we clearly need more power, right? We could do other reactors from other mods. Like this nitro reactor is honestly, like, it's pretty good. This thing, I mean, I guess he's not that good. He's suggesting that he only does like 500,000 RF per tick. But I think that goes higher. I don't know. We could do a bigger reactor, I guess. We could even do an FTB contraptions reactor. Because you can turn that into RF. You just can't do it the other way around. Yeah. I don't know. There's also, Industrial Foregoing has the mycelial reactors. These are an option. This guy can output a crazy amount of RF, but you just have to get him all running, right? I mean, we could do it. Or at least we could try to. I don't know. I'm not sure what the next step is in terms of this. In terms of setting this stuff up. I guess what we could look at, just real quick, is the, what was I going to say? I'm struggling. It's coming. Bear with me. The rate at which we're actually making this stuff, are we good now? Like, is it fast enough that we think we could just let this run in the background? I don't think it is. Because we're just trying to craft one antimatter. And, like, it's doing that. This is, like, this is doing 1 millibucket. Each time you see that little number go up, that's a millibucket. I get, I mean, it's fast enough. I guess it is. It would still take probably an hour to get what we need, but like, that's pretty good. I think it's fine. So what I will do, we'll order a few more, just so that, you know, everything's running. I will actually take out this recipe because obviously we don't actually want him running most of the time. And then I think we're good. I think we're good. This should just be... You shouldn't be doing any of these other recipes. What are you doing? You can't. What are you doing? Alright, there we go. I fixed it. So I'm going to order that just so that at the very least the wasted radioactive stuff's happening again. And once again, if it breaks for whatever reason, this battery will be filling up, which is an insane amount of power that we'll be able to mow through for that guy. I think we're good. I think we're good. Alright, next episode, chances are we won't be messing around with this stuff unless we're doing the sodium thing or unless you guys have some crazy idea for me. We'll probably look back at all the other resource generation. In fact, what are we looking at for the nether stars? That 1.6 million that we're at, I swear we've been at that for at least a few episodes now. Am I crazy? I don't think I'm crazy. I think that is the case, which is a little bit concerning. Let me lag my way over here. Yeah, nothing's currently running. That's really not good. Why is nothing running? The seeds, the nether star seeds are not in here. They're not... They're seemingly not in here unless they're like somehow all in like 2 machines. Which means I think what's probably happened... Oh, actually, oh my god, are they? Oh no, okay, it was just maybe a visual bug. Some of these... Okay, there's 1 seed. There's like 2 seeds going around the entire system. What is happening? And then are the rest of the seeds in here? Yeah, the rest of the seeds are in here. How mysterious. What a strange thing. What a strange thing. Okay. How do we fix that? I think what I do is I have this, Alright, we need a cell workbench. I think I'm just going to blacklist the seeds from that thing. So I think if I slap this guy here, it doesn't connect. We can take this guy out, chuck him in here. We can, yeah, I guess partition him. Let's do a current partition, which I think does that. And then we'll manually just remove the seeds from here. And so now it'll only accept the stuff that's currently in it. So if we chuck that guy back in there, I think in theory he should have tried to take the stuff out, but at the very least we can manually do that. Oh, you know what? It probably actually did take the stuff out, and I'm just a little bit confused because it's showing up in here. That probably makes more sense because it does look like the rest of the stuff's in here for the most part. So we should be good now. The seeds should be running again. That was probably a decent amount of downtime, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you as well for all the very nice comments on the last video. Very, very wholesome to see. So thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for sticking by. And thank you for enjoying your time here. Genuinely, thank you guys so much. We hit. It's still. I guess it hasn't really sunk in. We're at 9,000 subscribers. I don't think I've seen 9,000 people in my life. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty crazy. So thank you guys so much. Yeah. All right. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. These have been some long episodes, which has been fun for two reasons. One is it means we're having fun for the most part, and the other reason is that that you guys seem to be still enjoying them. Which it's always like, is that extra 20 minutes? Is that going to be like ugh? But I think it's kind of the opposite. I think you guys kind of prefer the long ones, which is still pretty crazy. We're essentially like, if I was talking about anything other than the game, it would be like such an amazing podcast. But I guess, yeah, we're just playing the game. Listen, 2025 we'll get political. book in for that one. I'll give you a few years to, like, wrap your head around it. But it's coming. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.